Acropolis dream, prophetic warning about the Word of Faith movement. Dream in nutshell. I was walking down on the stairs of Acropolis. People around me was going to a different direction, upwards, looked very occupied. There was a strong sunshine around us. Short explanation. The hill of Acropolis in Greece is made for different gods. Members of Word of Faith movement unknowingly following a different doctrine of different gods. They are blind. The light of Jesus can show the difference, can show the truth. I have received my dream more than 20 years ago, when I was a childish person. At that time, I was belong to the Word of Faith movement. I have received the dream about Acropolis without any interpretation from the Lord first. The dream was involved with a lot of technical gadgets, which are not existed at the time. Until last month, I did not understand this dream. I thought I have to go to visit the Acropolis, or one day I will visit that hill. But last month, I have received the real interpretation from the Lord. If you are given a dream from Jesus, it will be different from your other usual dreams. The dream from the Lord will burn into your eyes, into your heart, into your brain, and you will remember even 20 years later. It is very useful to write down your dreams, so you will not forget about the details. The original Acropolis dream in details. I was on a wide road, on a high hill. The wide road was a wide, long stairs. The stairs seemed to be perfectly white, because the sharp Mediterranean sunshine was the light. I was going to different direction than the other tourists. They were going up to the hill. I was going down slowly, then stopped. I started to see myself from above, from an outsider's view, from a lot of directions, from a lot of camera views, like the views from a drone. The drones did not exist at that time. The sunshine was very, very sharp. I started to see the crowd around me. The tourists did not wear any colorful clothes. They just wearing black clothes. Each and every tourist were holding big screen smartphones or tablets. It looked like big screened tablets, which were not existed at the time, so the dream was very modern to me. Those kind of high resolution, thinner, lighter smartphones and tablets started to be manufactured around 2010 and after. After my dream, I received an information from the Lord about the hill, that it was the Greek Acropolis in Athens. I googled it, and I have found out it was really the Acropolis, but with a twist. The Acropolis looks different today. In my dream, it looked like the thumbnail of my video, and the pictures I'm showing about the Acropolis in this video. In my dream, I was going down and standing on a wide road, on wide stairs. The original Acropolis looked that way, with wide stairs, as in my dream. Today, the Acropolis just ruins of different buildings. I thought at the first place that I have to travel to Greece to see the Acropolis. If you receive a dream from Jesus, the dream usually has many, many layers of explanation. Last month, the Lord did reveal to me the Acropolis dream is about the Word of Faith movement. About 20 years ago, when I received this dream, I was a member of Word of Faith movement, but I was never fit in. Even at that time, 20 years ago, I started to go down from the Acropolis, which involved too many statues, idols, too many lies. The tourists around me in black clothes represent the members of Word of Faith movement. They are blind about what is happening around them. They want to go up to the hill, and at the same time, they lost in the modern world, in the world of internet and television. Stairs seemed to be perfectly white, but they are not white really, meaning it is a deception. Jesus said about hypocrites, "Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You are like whitewashed tombs, which look beautiful on the outside, but on the inside are full of the bones of the dead and everything unclean. In the same way, on the outside, you appear to people as righteous, but on the inside, you are full of hypocrisy and wickedness." Acropolis is like the temple of Baal. Tourists are usually arriving from different countries, meaning there is a worldwide scale of deception in the world of faith and charismatic movement. People can follow its doctrines on internet, by tablets or smartphones. The tourists looked lonely, isolated. The drone's view, meaning we have to look every life situations from different angles. The members of the faith movement are so brainwashed that they are not able to see situations from different angles as a stranger or an outsider. I stopped in my dream, meaning when you feel you're stuck, you need to view yourself from God's point of view, from above. From above, you are able to see the map. Those black clothes tourists had a lot of gadgets, but to find God, you do not need any gadgets, any doctrines. Just open your heart and invite Jesus into your life. Just read the Bible and follow Jesus. The dream was about this time. This is a time when you can find the Lord, but on a different hill. Some doctrines are not matched with the Bible, just partially. People who follow doctrines attached to internet too busy to notice that Jesus is there and he is watching. Harsh sunshine, meaning just the light of Jesus able to show the deception. Jesus has the truth and he is the truth. Any other way is deception. Acropolis translation is high city. It is a hill in Athens, Greece, mythical home of God's religious center. Wide road is leading to the hill. Athens got its name after a goddess, Athena. Athena had the biggest temple on Acropolis. The temple was treasury as well. All payments for defense and maintenance was coming to Athens from the other 150 big Greek cities. Athena's temple, the Parthenon, was a headquarters, a central bank as well. Couple of centuries later, the temple dedicated to Virgin Mary. The temple was symbolized Athenian wealth and power. Athena was a goddess of warfare and wisdom. She was angry and unforgiving, gave punishments. Greek belief system was that the people are touched by gods. They needed the favor of gods. Ancient Greek belief system has some similarities with the word of faith or charismatic movement. The word of faith movement believes that we are little gods. The word of faith movement is self-centered. It is about what can God do for me. It is focusing on what God could do for them, not for what they could do for God. They are treating Jesus as a vending machine. They're using Bible verses out of context. Wolf leaders twist the truth. They say that God is obligated to obey people's words. God's favor results in riches. Blessed means rich for them. Word of faith or Wolf leaders expect everyone to accept their authority and teachings without criticism or testing. If you tell something about them, they attack your character and not willing to face with the main problems. They are deaf and blind. They think special knowledge is needed and this revelation knowledge is limited for just a few people. They urge you to obey, to follow the leaders without thinking, otherwise you labeled as a rebel. They isolate you. The belief system focuses on you. If you have problems, they say you have no faith. They speak about old covenants, despite Jesus gave new covenant. They say everything good is come from God, every bad from evil. They say prosperity is only based on giving. Sowing seeds equals money for them. They walking on a wide road. One-sided health and prosperity teachings goes up onto a different hill. They teach about selected subjects. Money, healing, faith, but they are not teaching about love or holiness. The movement is without biblical balance. They lack of teachings on suffering and self-denial. They focus on blessings, not on relationship with God. They put guilt and bondage onto believers. It can produce narcissistic people. They involved in high-level brainwashing. It's like a high-valued cult. People who are involved in usually coming isolated cult-like high-valued brainwashing families because they are seeking familiarity, confusing abuse with love. They don't recognize brainwashing tricks. Cult leaders are seeking vulnerable people who are willing to go from one bondage to other bondage. Cult leaders love bombing the members first, later abusing them. Real faith can transform cities and countries, but their faith only causes individual victory. It's about individual prosperity, not about the Lord's kingdom. The movement is man-centered, not Jesus-centered. They stress about anointing without real anointing. A lot of people in the Word of Faith movement are critical, judgmental, arrogant. You are kept busy as a slave in church service. It's a deception. People are not allowed to use their brain. Wolf leaders are not approachable. They are distant. People are worshipping or idolizing leaders. People are not seeking the real connection with God. Athens and Acropolis was full of idols, even in Apostle Paul's life. While Paul was waiting for them in Athens, he was greatly distressed to see that the city was full of idols. Word of Faith and charismatic movement is idolizing idols as well. Their idols are leaders and speakers. Jesus said about narrow and wide gates roads. Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the road that leads to destruction. And many enter through it, but small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. Paul said about the light of Jesus, wake up, sleeper, rise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you. Jesus said about himself, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me.